laptop. So everyone, we are recording now. I can't see your picture, but we can all hear you. Oh, I think they've gone.
Okay. What'd she say?
She left.
Can you see me?
No, we can't see you. And you've disappeared from my screen.
I can see you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I just want to make sure everybody can see me and hear me. Because I'm going to get out of the Zoom thing and stick with the Facebook one.
No, we're in Zoom. We're not in Facebook.
Well, that's what I'm in right now. And so is
No, you're in Zoom now.
Huh?
You're in Zoom.
I am?
You are, darling, yeah.
No, Rob just left.
Oh,
Yeah, Deb's on Facebook. So get off the Facebook chat and then go into the chat where you can, and then click the Zoom link that Soma put in there. So get off of the Facebook chat.
That's what I did, but you guys can't hear me and you can't see my picture if I do that.
We can hear you.
That's because I'm on my other phone.
There's no way she's in Zoom, because if she was in Zoom, we'd be able to see her, and none of us can see even anything with her.
I'm not in Facebook. I've logged out of my Facebook.
She's definitely not in Zoom.
Anyone got any suggestions?
Another dimension.
I'm not in Facebook. I've logged out of Facebook.
Well, I can hear you. Rob and I both are on Facebook right now.
I'm not in Facebook.
If we can hear her and she can hear us, does it matter? Can we just?
Not really.
Right. Cool.
So let's just start, because
well, you can hear me, I guess. That's all that matters.
Yeah, so I'm just going to make
I can see and hear everybody.
That's okay. Yes, well done, Michael. So if we just go around the room, I don't know, Amra, sorry, did we interrupt you? Because I'm a bit worried and concerned that the internet connection will just disconnect again. So I really want to get through as much as we can tonight, and someone is going to be dropping me off some stuff later, and I don't know what time he's coming, so I'll just let him in and out so that will only be a few minutes. Hopefully I won't be channeling at the time, because I don't like getting interrupted when I'm channeling. But so Amra, did you have anything to say? Anything else to say?
Well, I haven't really been to one of these events before, so I'm not really sure what to expect, if I'm honest.
Okay, that's fine. Oops. There we go. Okay, Michael, you're up next, darling. How are you? Good to see you again.
Yes, thank you. Yes, well, I'm fine. I'm from London, which I think you all know where London is in the UK. I've been involved in this for a long, long time. I'm a spiritualist and I've trained to be a medium. And I know Soma very well from when she came to speak to us in London. And I'm very glad that Soma, that you're doing this. I think as far as your technical things go, if you just send a Zoom meeting link and forget Facebook, because I don't know how that works. I've got both Messenger and Zoom on a split screen here. Goodness knows how I manage that. I think you do better to do a Zoom meeting. Oh yes, very good. Yes, and then I've done casework using Zoom with people in 3 locations, and I've never had any problem with it. I think it's Facebook. I always think it's a bit dodgy, so I'd use Zoom in future if I would just send the Zoom invitation out to create a meeting to everybody in your group, and you shouldn't have any problem with it.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. How is Greg doing?
How is Greg? I went on a tour of Trent Park with Greg and the London UFO group in Trent Park, and he took us to a square moat, which is a genuine historical relic, and we did some spiritual work there and looked at daylight ley lines and things, and it was a nice day, and it really was a very good day. There quite a lot went to us. He's got some cases on at the moment. We've all given him cases. And he's doing fine as far as I know.
Good lad.
I've taken on 50.
Oh, very good. Just add hot water. Have you?
Dennis,
Lord,
darling, you need to mute yourself. And Jasper, can we go to you?
Of course. I'm in Denmark, north of Copenhagen. Outside suburb, living close to nature here. So yeah, I'm a healer, natural born healer. I'm kind of a mixed bag of everything in this. I'm a channeler, I'm a medium, I'm a activator. I just found out during the last 2 months or so. I work, last week actually, I just had my neighbor sitting here Wednesday, and he suddenly gave me messages and saw pictures of a specific person I was going to connect with, and he gave me some signatures, and I said, "Who are you talking to there?" "Well, it's an English word," and I said, "Is it English, British English, or American English?" Well, it's American, and I said, "Well, I guess it's my new guide, Eleanor Piper, who's a very well-known American medium, died in 1950, and she's just been introduced to me also a week or 2 ago." So I said, "I guess," and I showed him a picture of him. Is it this one you're seeing on my phone?" "Yes, it's her." So and then he gave me a full message of what he was seeing there, and then he said, "I'm not a medium." "Well, you weren't yesterday, but now you are." So I have also spoken to him and his friend a month or 2 ago, and I was sending a bit of healing because I needed to do that because his friend's energy was too shattered, and they didn't know I didn't know I was doing that, but I just texted them afterward and said, "Well, I sent a bit of healing here just to," and said, "If you feel your system calming down, that it'll have this and this effect, and then said they were in trance. And I thought it was just a joke because they had actually called me at half an hour past midnight. I thought they were just joking, but next day he told me they were actually starting to speak in an ancient language which they had no knowledge of, and they were able to speak and understand each other and reply and respond. So that's kind of my universe. Also, on the 8th of November, it was the same day I was connecting with Fiber, and was just sitting down with her and saying, "Well, let me hear who you are, and let's get introduced here." And then while doing that, I had also been connecting in a healing Chicago. This woman was she's been talking for months and months about that she was going to move from Chicago because of the density of the atmosphere, and wanted to go to some nature place, Hawaii or some other place. And I've been talking in that group with another that we were a few there, and then another woman there said she would be going to Chicago to cleanse, to do some great work there and to cleanse it. They said, but that would be in June or July. And I thought, well, do you have to go there physically? And she said, yes, that's how it works for her. So that was in the back of my mind. So it was just, and then an hour or two later, I sat connecting there in this kind of meditation state, and then it came to my mind, well, let's do something about Chicago. And then my Arcturian team came in for an hour and did whole upgrade to crystalline grid in many phases, pulling working with all elements, and then at the and putting a solid structure for the whole grid, shaking up the whole thing, lining up the whole thing, and then these pillars of towers of amethyst crystal towers was raising from the ground, which has also been shattered and loosened, like because it was so dense. So it was able to emerge up through the earth. So the entire city there is now crystalline. And I was wondering about that because I have been doing things like that, but not with my team, but on my own, with my own energetic. I have been placing lights over towns and countries and cities where needed, with my own energetic signature, and put it in there like a cone of light over these. Just
sorry to interrupt you, darling. I have a very quick short message for you. When you were talking, something was coming to me, and it was about because I used to do that for a long time as well, but it was about going within and looking within you, and perhaps not looking outside so much for the answer, but just being still and going within and looking for the answers within you while you are still doing the work with everything that you're doing. So I just wanted to mention that. And I'm just very concerned that the internet will click off So I'm really concerned because I've got a lot I want to share with you guys. So if we could just quickly, very shortly, just go around the rest of the room, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then after I've got out all the info that I want to for tonight, then perhaps we can have a bit more of a like a social get together at the end, if that's okay with everyone.
Okay, can I just ask you what you were saying that I should go within? I'm living in my inner world. Energy. I am living in an energy and astral world and can travel everywhere. So if I'm already there, so I wonder what the message is with that. Do you think I'm not have an inner focus? I'm totally connected with my inner self. So
I get
I'm
that.
I'm not sure what.
Jasper, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your being and continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
That was not an answer. Bye bye.
Well, I'm not able to answer that question,
I didn't hear what Jesper said. I'm sorry, Jesper. Can you say that again, darling?
but I for presence and your spiritual work. You are saying he should go within. He's communicating. He finds himself very much in the internal world already and connected to within. So he's not too sure how to understand or interpret your message from spirit that he should go within when that's something that he's very connected to.
I think what I meant, and I could be wrong, but I think what I meant was a lot of the time everyone seems to be seeking outside of themselves for answers, going to a shaman or going to a psychic, or sometimes even coming to see people like me, or looking for the next guru or the next meditation or the next tai chi or the next crystal or the next da 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 da. And sometimes we just need to step into ourselves and stop looking outside, but rather get the answer from within. And I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get that. My guides are saying I should not even listen to my guides. I should listen to my inner God self at
Well,
this
look,
at this
always
point.
listen to your guides. Always listen
They are
to
saying so. They are saying so. My guides are saying so. Of course, I will listen to them. It's not that, but they say just trust your inner God self.
Yeah, I think that's also what I'm saying, is to trust yourself rather than anyone outside of you. Always trust yourself. Before you trust anyone, always trust yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
I couldn't relate to this if I didn't trust myself.
Thanks, Jesper. Okay, so who's next? Hugh's iPad.
It's Judy.
Oh, is it Judy? Oh, Judy, hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
We got almost a foot of snow yesterday, so we were digging out, and we live on the border of Canada in the upper part of Michigan, and we're way out in nature, and I love my cats and dogs and animals, so that's about all I can think of. We'll keep it sweet and short.
Thanks, Judy. I love the snow. It's really good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
And Tatiana.
Hi, my name's Tatiana. I live in Albany, New York, and I'm really happy to be here and connect with like-minded people. And learn more from you too.
Thanks, Tatiana. And I think we have Rob on. It was Rob and I think another woman with him on the iPhone. I don't know if you can hear us. And if we can't, then we'll go straight to Jill.
Who are you looking for? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, darling. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Am I the next one?
You are. And what's your name?
I'm Debbie and I'm from New York State. I live in Oneida, New York.
Okay.
And it's great to be here with all of you and get to be with like-minded people, like Tatiana said.
Thank you, Debbie. Does Rob want to say anything?
Huh?
Does Rob want to say anything? He's with you, isn't he?
I still didn't catch what you said. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Is Rob there?
Oh, I'm here, yeah. Our tone hearing, so I can see my picture and I can see, I think Debbie's.
Yeah,
there.
I see you too. Yeah, yeah, I see you.
Okay, I think we're on the same link here and everybody else on some other link, but I'm
Well,
here.
they're on the Zoom. They're on Zoom, and I'm looking at both
It
phones.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we can hear you
on the Zoom.
anyway.
I don't know
So
what's going on.
No, I think I'm on Zoom, but for some reason it's not branching over.
oh, it's fine, darling. Let's
Yeah,
not worry about that.
that's-
It's not perfect, no problem. So, but I'm your experiencer, in case you're wondering. I like my aliens and stuff, and they're do really good. So, it seems to be hard to talk about this subject down here myself. Almost like the connection I have, like, seem to get through. But it's good to try to at least listen to everybody. I can't see everybody, but at least listen to this.
I can see you.
Okay.
Michael, I'm Michael, and I can see and hear you.
Okay.
And Debbie.
Okay. Well, that's good. I wish I could
Good to know.
everybody.
Are you
Yeah, it's
able
good
to
talk
share
to
your
so many
screen,
people
Michael?
in the area.
Sorry?
Are you able to share your screen?
Well, I don't know how it's arisen, but I'm in two programs at the same time on a split screen. I don't know how it happened.
Okay, it's okay. We'll hopefully get them next time. So, Jill, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Jill. I'm in Spain. It's very windy. My internet cut out. Yeah, that's why I'll come back in again.
Yeah.
So no, I've known Carol for a couple of years now on my journey. I've kind of got a lot of knowledge, but I'm still trying to actually connect to my guides and galactic family. They are all there and they are hearing me, but they're not. I'm still not connecting with them. But I'm getting there step by step. And it's just always nice to be with like-minded people.
Yeah, you are, Jill. And you've actually come on, I think you've come on leaps and bounds since we first met. And you were saying that you were doing shamanic stuff recently and that's really helped. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm doing loads of stuff like full moon ceremonies, and then every time I do a ceremony, I'm ill straight away afterwards for days while I'm purging and everything. It's pretty horrendous, but I'm just going through it. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great fun.
It is. At my last ceremony, I was on the floor with a group of people in the dark at 3 a.m. being sick into a bucket next to me. It's fantastic. Okay, so who do we have next? Dennis Mulcahy.
Hello.
Hello, Dennis. Have we met?
Dennis. Yes, yes, yes. I know you. Anyway, I am living here in Ireland. I am a mystic. I am a healer. And that is my cat looking for some attention. There you are.
Yeah, we hear it.
All right.
I've got an attention-seeking dog here today as well.
Okay. There's my hello.
Thank you, Dennis.
Continue.
And you're in Dublin, right?
Yes, you got a hello from my cat too.
Okay. And what's your cat's name?
Charlie.
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 Oh, Charlie. He's so cute. Okay, guys. Yep. So, perhaps if we make a start, and then maybe at the end, I don't know if anyone has any questions, because I did put a message up over the last couple of weeks about writing questions down and taking messages. So perhaps we could also do that at the end, and we might even get a chance to have coffee at the end and do some questions. But for now, I think I'm kind of, I don't feel that I'm going to be doing a channeling tonight. I did one yesterday, and then no, I did two yesterday. Just because I'm worried about the internet cutting off, and then because when I channel, I close my eyes, so I won't be, and I could be channeling for ages, and I wouldn't be aware that I wouldn't have the internet, because I wouldn't hear anything. It would just click off. So, but what I will do is, or maybe I will do a channel. I'm not sure, but I'm going to close my eyes anyway and see what information comes through. I did write a few notes down of things that kind of wanted to talk about, and I've been a Pleiadian channel since 2009, 2010, consciously a Pleiadian channel. So I'm going to be doing these on a monthly basis, for freely. So I'm moving soon. I'm moving on Sunday, but I won't be from here on Thursday. I won't be here from Thursday onwards. So I'm away for the weekend, and then Sunday I'm moving to a new place, because this is a temporary place. And I was meant to be here till January, but that hasn't worked out to be that. So I'll be moving again on Sunday, and that should have a much better internet, which will be a lot better, because then I'll be able to do more videos and more connecting with more people and more interviews and more work, because I just love it so much. So if you want to get it, info and updates and info on what I'm doing and when I'm doing, the best way is to actually sign up to my newsletter, because that way I have your email address and I can send you emails. Facebook and all the other social medias for me are a lot of people don't get my posts, and I'm heavily shadow banned on Facebook, and also YouTube has taken some of my videos down. I did one not recently. I did one over the last couple of years with Sasha Stone and Brad Olson about Morgellons, and that was taken down within 3 or 4 minutes. Nobody ever got to see it, although it is on my website. Have a look. So, okay, so I've been quite.
What was the topic? What was the topic of that being taken down?
Morgellons.
What was the topic?
Sorry, Jesper?
What was the topic of that video
Morgellons.
being taken down?
Morgellons. It's a health condition called Morgellons. It's a modern day health condition. But I'm pretty sure it's still on my website if you want to watch it.
I have a friend with Morgellons.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow. Is it very bad, or is it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah. She's been trying. Yeah, she's tried so many things.
Really? Because
yeah,
I've heard of magnets working, and also bathing in certain products.
Yeah, she's used borax.
She's used what?
Borax has helped a little bit. Sorry?
I just have someone here, so I'll just be back in 2 minutes. But if you want to continue talking.
I don't know, the sound is really distorted and delayed.
I don't know about that.
I'm having a hard time hearing too.
Yeah, it's kind of distorted.
Yeah, it's very bad.
She didn't move herself.
Hard to hear her.
No, I'm getting right. I've always sort of farmer or. Oh, okay. That's good. You're on ball then. All right. Good. Well done. Yeah. No matter.
So thank you for
Yeah. You plenty of timber there. Yeah. Go for it. I'm talking to this. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I want it, so, I'm talking with one tomorrow. Alright. What is it? Monday. Yeah. You tend to keep going there and then. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. I'm putting that sauce that you're after that. I put, you want the pasta sauce on that. Also, there's some other cooking stuff. I just want to get sauce. Yeah, and I was in the shop last minute. No, I didn't get cream. No.
No,
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, is it? There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I got that one on the road there. I think we're ten down below. I talked to her. All right. All right. See you later. Bye. Bye.
But try quitting Facebook and coming into the Zoom link.
Well,
Hello, did you hear me?
yeah, I did.
because it's causing quite a bit of distortion, I think, in the Zoom. If you go back onto the events page, you know, where Soma advertised it, it says, here's the link for the Zoom call.
I'll see.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry about that. I hope I'm not interrupting anyone. I couldn't hear or see anyone for a few minutes there, so I don't know. Was somebody speaking? What were you guys doing? You're having a party?
No, I think we were struggling with the sound issues a bit.
Well, hopefully this will work. Oh. All right.
Well, I have good news. I mean, I just said it just now. I'm moving Sunday, so I will have a much better internet. So I'll be able to connect in with a lot less hassle, really. You know, no longer getting cut off or, you know, sound problems or technical issues or any of that nonsense. So that's good news. One question I have for everyone is, and it's either just a very quick yes or no. Has anyone, if you here, because I know Rob has, and a few other people, but who here has had experiences with UFOs or being a contactee or an abductee or an experiencer? Is there anyone that doesn't have any experience with a sighting or a UFO or craft, or where are you guys at with the whole UFO experience or Star Nations, or, you know, are you aware that you're Starseeds, or like where are you at on your spiritual journey with the Star Nations and the Galactics and the Pleiadians as well? I'm feeling Pleiadian energy from some of you, but I'll go into that in a minute.
I'm connecting it today with my Pleiadian guys. We actually have an arrangement to sit every day, and they're preparing me to channel them. And I actually have, yeah. So I have a Pleiadian, Venusian, Andromedan. I have thousands wanting to come through, actually. So
you had who come through?
they come and show me, they show themselves, and we are interacting, and we have an appointment that I sit daily with them.
And who is that, Jester?
They will,
sorry, I didn't catch.
I'm sitting daily with my galactic team, which is the Galactic Federation of Light, and Ashtar is my he's the initiator of this, and he wants me to do a lot of things here.
Fantastic.
And then I have my my Arcturian team that are connecting with. I have my as a healer. I have my specific guides, and they will I will call them in if there's anything that I'm not sure about. I have a guide called Leia, who I called in because I was doing doing a healing with a woman having brain tumors in her brain tumors, and I was not quite I was not sure how to go about that because it was really severe, 2 huge tumors, and I said, oh, how to go about this, and she showed me. Actually, it was master teaching. She did the one. She removed one and showed me how to do it, and then well, you take the next one. Now I showed you. So that's a kind of master teaching. So I can draw them in for anything. And as I told you, with the Chicago case, my Arcturian team would come in and work with me and all of these things. So I have on a daily basis, I interact with them in so many ways.
That's fantastic. That's really great that you've got such a strong connection. I know there's a few people in here that I'm really feeling the energies quite strongly, and that they're really connected. And yeah. So
they even say that when I'm going to channel these beings, I have heard choirs of Arcturian angels, angel beings sitting in a train. Even 1 or 2 weeks ago, and they're telling me that they're actually going to, when people are coming here, and I will have these channeling gatherings here in my home every week. They're saying that at some time people are going to hear these physically, these the angel choirs. Yeah. So it's kind of
okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I might does anyone else want to add anything to that? No. Dennis, would you like to add something? Are you still there? Anyone else?
I would say you can call in your team at just call in your team for any assistance at all. I once had, not once, last summer, not this summer, but last summer, I had a voice of a male guide, and they speak to me in English for some reason. And he said, "Why didn't you ask?" And it was a comment to a specific situation that I could actually have, because they are only going to assist you if you ask. That is because it is a free will domain, this, and they have to come in and they have to have your permission. And if you ask for it, they will come in very, just like that. But you have to ask them, and they are granted. They're actually they're queuing up to assist you in any. Just like my Arcturian team, there, I just have to give them the cue and give them an allowance to step in. And I also had an anchor in Chicago there that was also like granting that access. So, and then it seems that they have been waiting for this, like they're doing this all over the globe here, but they need us to call in your team. That's my message.
That is a good message, Jasper. I would say to everyone in the group here tonight that you all have an awakening, an awakened consciousness, that you are all connected to Source, and that, as Jasper says, that there is that you are never alone. You have company of angels and spirits, guides, ancestors, and galactics. And all of you here, you are stepping into the more. You're stepping into the more. And it's a journey. And there's Jasper making some dramatic steps in it. And I salute him. But all in the group, you have already taken that step out of limited consciousness. You're all evolving in your awareness, and you're stepping into the more, and so you have more awareness, more consciousness, and with that you will gain more gifts and more responsibility. And that is the journey that we all have, and all of you are on that journey, and salute you for that.
Thank you, Dennis. Would we have Debbie? Dennis, did you want to add any more to that?
No, that is
What
enough.
a lovely message. So
All right.
thank you. I'm going to close my eyes and just speak. So and perhaps I'll do a channeling. I'm feeling a little bit off center, so I'm going to close my eyes and calm my energy down a little bit. But if everyone could put yourselves on mute, please. And then if you have any questions, maybe write them down or keep them in your mind. And at some point this evening, we will hopefully get to the questions. So Debbie, can everyone please put themselves on mute? And Judy, thank you. So if everyone would like to perhaps join me in a very short meditation, may not even be a meditation, but if you would like to just maybe take your shoes off if you feel comfortable doing that. Get your back nice and straight, sit comfortably, feet on the floor, back straight, hands where you're comfortable with them, normally in the lap. And close your eyes if you want to. And take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, down to the belly, and out through the mouth. In through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the mouth. And once more. And just feel yourself being centered. You could visualize that you're stood in front of a tree with your arms around the tree and both feet on the roots of the tree. You can feel the wind above you and hear it. But you feel very grounded and as you connect your feet to the roots of the tree. Debbie, can you please put yourself on mute, honey? And Rob.
Come in.
And Dennis as well. Thank you.
Carol, I don't think they can hear you. I think you should have the ability to mute everybody.
I'll do it here. Thanks, Jill. Oh, she took herself off mute again. No, that's not working. Mute. No. Oh dear. Okay, well I'll just continue, and hopefully there won't be too much interruption or noise. Mute. Okay, so to say that we're in crazy times is an understatement. These are crazy times 1,000. We are in the midst of huge transformation, huge ascension. We are in the midst of humanity being upgraded to a level that we've never seen the likes before on Earth. Not in this way, not in the way that we are experiencing it. We've come close to it in Atlantis previously, and probably before Atlantis as well, with Lemuria and other great nations on Earth. But the way we are experiencing it at the moment, we've never had this before. Not in the way that we are experiencing it. And we are seeing things on Earth in a very 3D play, 3D matrix that are horrendous. And there's more of that to come too. There's more of everything to come. We are in the midst of an upgrade for humanity as a whole, collectively. We are being upgraded to new humans. Our DNA is changing, our cells are changing, our skin, our hair, our teeth, our bones, our thoughts, our ideas, our abilities, our psychic awareness, our mediumship, our healing abilities, our voices are becoming stronger. And that's really evident since COVID kicked off. There's many of us, myself included, who are now picking up microphones that would never have done it without COVID. I would never have picked up a microphone had it not been for COVID. I would have been quite happy staying more in the background, but I feel propelled, I feel pushed, I feel urged to stand up and be heard and be seen and be counted, and to step more into my shoes. And I know that I'm no different to any of you, and no different to any other starseeds. And I know, well, perhaps that's wrong of me to say, but I feel that you are all starseeds. And sometimes when I talk to starseeds, they're not aware that they're starseeds, or they don't label themselves as starseeds. But I would label them as starseeds. So the period in that we're going through now is to do with ascension, where everything's changing. We are literally in the very early stages of humanity becoming more than it is at the moment in ascension. Something to mention here that would be good to add is that in my understanding, everything, all systems on Earth are run by negative ET energy. And in order for us to accomplish our missions, in order as a whole, humanity collectively as a whole, in order for us to ascend, because every system is run by negative ET energy, therefore every system on Earth needs to fall away, needs to decay, needs to burn to the ground, needs to dissolve, needs to crumble, needs to fade into the dark shadows from where it came. So, and that we're seeing that. We're seeing that on Earth in the 3D, where all systems are crumbling, all systems are falling apart, because they need to, in order for the light to take their place or replace them, in order for us to ascend, in order for our awareness to increase, in order for our DNA to be upgraded. There are portals that are to come that will be opened, and that's been happening for a while. And that does include more light hitting the Earth. That is like a vortex of light. It is a portal. It is a shift. It is an upgrade. It is multidimensional. And a lot of us are feeling those energies at certain times when there are portals. There was one recently that over the last couple of weeks, on the 11th of the 11th, that was really quite strong. And personally, I found it quite challenging to navigate, because the energies were so strong. And it was, for me, I felt it was all about, and I just want to add that when I feel something like that, it's also happening collectively. And I became aware of that quite a few years ago when I was going through stuff like that. It wasn't just me, it was the collective. So I know a lot of people have been feeling the last couple of weeks, the energy is hard to navigate, where it's just been everything's just falling away. We're no longer who we used to be last year, or 6 months ago, or 3 months ago, or 2 days ago. We are changing. Everything about us is changing. Thanks. And it's important to, with great change, it's important to ground, it's important to balance, it's important to center, it's in order, it's important to find that space in you that is stable, that is balanced, that is anchored, that is grounded, that and meditation is very good for that. Meditation is a very good space to be centered, to get grounded, to be balanced, to be anchored. Does anyone have any questions? I kind of want to pause there because I do. So does anyone have any questions around anything that I said just now?
I have a comment. We are those vortexes bringing in the light ourselves.
Say that again, Jasper. Sorry, I didn't catch all of what you said.
I'm saying we are ourselves the vortexes bringing in this light. We are all vortexes. We are all in like, we are connected to all dimensions, and we are, when we connect to light in ourselves, we spread it out, and we anchor. We can spread it here. We can use it for whatever. But being here and having realized ourselves to some degree, we will spread that light, and we are always portals and vortexes. We are spaceships.
Yeah.
We can. I find portals in the woods between. I have a portal. I have a ring of 7 oaks, and they are in that, just in my local wood here, and in that, and there was a huge crystal there, like, and it was it was like, it was the core of this, and they say, well, you don't have to come here, and then the whole crystal was placed inside me. I have crowns and crystals and whatever, you know. So we are all taking all of these things. We have been granted all of these upgrades, and when we do that, we transmit them. So we are the light here. We are the light here.
Thank you, Jasper. And I've you know, where I was doing a channeling yesterday, or 2 channelings, and what really came through that actually surprised me a little bit, because I know as Starseeds we have missions, we have purposes, we have reasons for being here. And and perhaps I did see it or get the message before, but yesterday it was very clear that yes, we're Starseeds and we all have missions, and we're here to help humanity, to raise the consciousness of humanity, one person at a time. But what I got yesterday was that we all have that mission, but individually we all have individual missions. And what I got was that mine is about being a Pleiadian channel. And so, I mean, everyone in this room will have an individual mission. And what I'm feeling from you is that you're at a very high level, and I don't know what your individual mission is, but you need to be seen more. You need to talk more. You need to share more. You need to teach more. And that's really one of the messages I got yesterday as well, was that we need to do more. We need to talk more. We need to share more. We need to connect more. We need to do more of everything, because our energy systems are changing, and we are able to hold more light. We are able to hold more love. We are able to hold more frequency. So we need to do more because we're able to do more. So that would be something, that's something I wanted to share with you, Jasper, is to do more. More teaching, more talking, more events, more public, more learning, more everything. So I
agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I was talking just now when I had my eyes closed. Is there any questions that anyone has about anything?
Yeah, what is your, like, when we talk about star seeds, like how are we star seeds, and how can we be more than one galactic being or part of it? Or
That's a great question.
I'm still learning all about this.
Yeah, no, that's
To kind of like learning from the basics.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with your second question. And by the time I've answered it, I'm no doubt will have forgotten your first one. So you'll have to remind me of your first one when I've done the second one. But that is a really great question. So one of the things I was shown years ago, and I was on Holy Islands at the time. I know that this is, you'll probably hear different variations of this, but this is something that I experienced. It's not something I read or saw in the movie. It's something, it was a spiritual experience I had where I was living on Holy Islands in Scotland, not the UK one, Scotland one. And I was stood there with a friend called Malcolm, who still lives in Scotland. And I had this download of information, and I had images at the same time. And I was looking at the ocean, and it was like 10 feet away, and I was given downloads of information, and I was shown images at the same time, because that seems to be how I work. I get the messages that is like dictation, but I also see images, and I don't talk about the images I'm seeing, but it comes with the information, with the words I'm hearing. So anyway, I was getting this download of information, and I was looking at the ocean, and I was having this download of information, and I was seeing these images, and it was about the soul, and what I'll describe the images because that will help. So what I was seeing that the ocean is God, and we are the individual droplets of water, and that we are all connected. But what I was also seeing is circles of groups and individuals of droplets of water, where we're all connected individually, but also soul groups, and some of those bleed into each other or blend into each other or are part of each other. And going back to your question, your second question just now about the soul. So back in the day when we were created by positive ET energies, I would say the Pleiadians, and some people would disagree with me, and that's fine. I could be wrong, but just as equally, other people could be wrong as well. But what I was shown that they created a certain number of people, and the soul divides. The soul divides. So whereas we may have begun with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 1,000 people, it doesn't really matter how many we began with. The soul divides and multiplies. Sorry, it doesn't even divide, it multiplies. So it spreads out, it increases and increases and increases. So and then you've also got, I'm going to go back into that a bit more, but then you also have multiple dimensions and different timelines. So we are beings and we're so conditioned and so limited, and we're so put into these little boxes, and we've got vast consciousness, but is connected to God. But the soul multiplies. The soul multiplies. So the original soul that that was created or that you created yourself multiplies and multiplies and multiplies and forgets who it used to be and where it came from and why it's here. And that may be helpful or not, I'm not so sure. Which is one of the reasons we have so many people on the planet at the moment, is because the soul multiplies again and again and again and again. There's something else that came through last night that I wanted to share with you. That the soul can be in multiple, the multiplies of the soul can be in different places at different times within the universe. It can be in different timelines. It can be in different dimensions. It can be on different planets, on different star systems. You're not limited to Earth. We are not limited to Earth. Consciousness, life is not limited to Earth. I'm not sure. I think I'll stop there with the multi-dimensionality and the timelines. But does that answer your question about the soul?
Absolutely. When it comes to having these different experiences and possibly this blending, that absolutely makes sense. Because we can connect to so many things, you know, like what our interests are and what brings passion to us and desire and like what we love to do. We're multidimensional, of course. So that definitely makes sense.
And it's actually, a lot of people are becoming aware also at this time that it's very similar to Avatar, and that's something I've become aware of over the last couple of months, is that there is a version of me on a ship up there somewhere. Or of another me up there somewhere on the ship. And I've heard other people speaking about that recently as well. So we are in other places. We are in 2 places or more at the same time. I remember having an experience when I came back from a shamanic workshop in Galway, where I was opening the door, and for a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, it only really lasted a few seconds, but I had this experience of being somewhere else at the same time in a different timeline or a different dimension, or I was just somewhere else at the same time. This wasn't it. There was more. So, but yeah, lots of people at the moment are, because so many upgrades and downloads of information. I mean, we're in flux with lights hitting the Earth at the moment. We really are, and that's really affecting us. And of course, you've got the photon belt and the stars realigning, and the Earth shifting back onto her natural aspect. So something I saw very clearly yesterday was a piece of clockwork where there was hundreds, if not thousands, of dials, and there was a central dial, but it was all connected. It was all connected, and each piece that clicked affected the next one and the next one and the next one, and this represented the universe and the stars and the Earth and the sun and the moon and all aspects working together in conjunction with each other. So something as small as a pebble being, I mean, I know this is a famous saying, but something as small as a pebble being thrown into the ocean has an effect in an Andromeda. You know, it's all a piece of interwoven clockwork that is every aspect, everything that exists is all connected, and it's all working in conjunction with each other. So our thoughts, our energy affects other people on Earth, but also in far-reaching places and spaces and time. And different timelines and multidimensionality. There is no separation at all, none. We are all one, and we're just mirrors of each other. And sometimes we may even be the same soul, but I mean, I could be talking to you or Dennis or Michael or Amra or any one of you, and we may be the same. We may have come from the same soul, the same origin, the same source, same place, but we may actually be literally the same soul that has divided and multiplied. I keep using the word divided, sorry, I do that a lot when I'm actually meaning multiplied. And who really knows what the fuck is going on, to be honest? I mean, it's so that piece of clockwork I saw the other day was so profound. There was not a piece that was not affected by the other piece, no matter the distance or the space or the time or anything. It made no difference. It's all connected. It's all working in conjunction with each other. So, including the dark. So, I'll just pause there. Over to you, Tatiana.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, Tatiana?
Yeah, can you hold on, Jasper, darling? Because Tatiana, did you have a first question?
Like, my first question was, what is a starseed?
Okay, a starseed is someone who's not from Earth, someone who has had previous lifetimes or lifetime on other planets or other star systems. I know that mine's Pleiadian because I saw it in a shamanic journey. So it's someone, a starseed is someone that doesn't fit in, that comes from a different star system. The Pleiadians are very common, so or very well known about. And so it's someone that's come in with a mission, and their characteristics are that they don't fit in because their energy is different and it's unspoken. And there's a sense of, I don't belong here, I don't fit in, I don't want to be here, I want to go home, and a sense of not even knowing where that is or why they don't fit in. But there's also, it can come with certain abilities as well, which is a subcategory as well. You could also be an indigo child or a rainbow child or a crystal child, and I'm sure there's more newer ones, names that I'm not new waves of children that I'm not aware of. I'm just aware of the indigos, the crystals, and the rainbows. Those are subcategories of being a starseed. You could also be a psychic or a medium or a channel or a healer, or have metaphysical abilities and not be aware that you're a starseed. Or you could be shamanic and not be aware that you're a starseed. But a starseed is someone that also has abilities, because our energy is different. We're able to be psychic or mediums or healers or channels, or because we operate differently. We think with a different part of the brain. Our energy is different. Our awareness is more conscious. Our dream time is very vivid, very colorful, very real. But starseeds don't fit in. They don't fit in. And they're not meant to, and that's okay. And I always recommend, when you feel like that, because I've often felt like that, that you need to go and find your tribe. You need to go and find where your energy does fit, where you do fit in with your people and your tribe, because that's really important, to feel that you fit in on an earth where you don't fit in, because you're not from here. We didn't come in by ourselves. I didn't suddenly wake up and I was on earth. I came in with a large group of people on a ship, heading for Earth, and some of those people I remember. and many of them I don't, and some of them I've met, and I'm sure there's a lot more that, you know, that I'll continue to meet. But we came in on that because of the dark energies that were controlling the earth, because that was affecting the whole universe, and it was affecting Pleiadian life, and it was affecting Pleiadian star system, and it was affecting Sirius, and it was affecting the sun and the moon and stars and sky and all of it, because it's all interconnected. The energies on Earth, Earth was okay. So let me talk about Atlantis. So at the time of the downfall of Atlantis, what I've been shown is that negative ET energy came in to the Earth's atmosphere, and they watched the Earth for a while. I don't know if it was a second or 10,000 years, but they watched the Earth for a while, and then they decided to overtake Earth, to control the Earth. They wanted ownership of the Earth, and that was the downfall of Atlantis. There was also contracts that were signed and where they were given ownership of the Earth, and those contracts are now coming to an end. So this is to me, the Pleiadians call it the reversal of Atlantis, because what should have happened at Atlantis, we should have ascended. But then that wasn't even meant to be either, because otherwise it would have happened. But the ownership of the Earth, the negative ET energies that have been running every system on Earth for so long, since the downfall of Atlantis, that contract has now come to an end. And there's also, like that clockwork system I was seeing, there's also different aspects going on. The stars are realigning back to their natural, which is to do with the 26,000 period. And the Mother Earth is realigning back onto her natural axis. And we are changing. And our weather is changing. And our consciousness is changing. And our DNA is changing. And our blood is changing. And our air is changing. And our earth is changing. And we've been released from the prison planet. So everything is changing. So the negative energy that was controlling Earth for so long is now being dissipating like bubbles of energy. It's dissipating. So yeah, I lost track there. Sorry, Tatiana. So what was your question?
You answered it. It was what starseeds are.
Okay. Okay. And many of us,
I definitely.
Sorry.
I appreciate you going off, and that's totally okay.
Okay.
It's all connected, as you said.
It really is. It really is big time. And also because what's happening now on Earth is so connected. It's a parallel kind of timeline or parallel situation to what happened at Atlantis when things went wrong. Now this is the reversal of Atlantis. So many of us, probably all of us, who were in Atlantis at that time, are back now to make sure that things go right this time. And I know I had a few lifetimes in Atlantis, and I think that I think I made mistakes. I think I made mistakes, and I think I crossed lines and did things that I wouldn't do again. And I think I entered into very dark energy, and I'm not doing that again. That's for sure. You know, I think a lot of us were ushered or manipulated or deceived. I think deceived is a good word, into energy that we would never, gone into had we known the full picture. But there were things hidden from us, and I don't think I was always you know, I wasn't. I've had more than one lifetime in Atlantis, sure, but I wasn't always. You know, I made mistakes that I'm not going to make again. And the reason I was saying that is because there's so many of us on Earth now that are from Atlantis. We had lifetimes there. And it's because it's so connected to now, we're here to make sure that doesn't happen again. That we don't go down the wrong timeline or the wrong path or make bad decisions and bad choices. Because we were deceived, hugely deceived. You know. So sorry, Jasper, did you have something to say to Tatiana or me?
Yes, I wanted to ask, or perhaps say, do we have the way you experience what you are and what you're connecting to is not by thought or knowledge, or you can have a lot of it's abstracts and knowledge, and it may be all right and correct, and I agree with everything that Soma is saying, but if you can't feel it, there's nothing in it. You have to be in the soup in that way, and the way you do that is that you connect to your own energy and feel what is the energy, and if you feel your own energy, you can also you will also be able to feel when there's something new around you. So if you know your own energy in a clean field, you'll know, whoops, something is coming in here, and that's new. And that'll be an aspect of you that is attracted to you because you already that's what you already are. So the energy is a way. It's like feeling love. What is love? We don't know, but when you're in it, you know. So it's being in the soup in that way, and then all the understandings is somehow not really relevant. You'll have a lot of, if you'll have inner visions or anything, it'll help, and it will make you very curious, because these people will show up and show suddenly you'll see beautiful blue people around you, or whatever, and but it's not needed, because the energy is a signifier here, and everybody can feel energy. Go with the energy and follow that way. You say, this is interesting here. Give me more of that. I'll I'm attracted to that, and tell them, well, come in, bring me more of that. And then you'll find out that this is actually also your own energy, that this is you being you. So what they are doing is that they are connecting aspects of you to you in order to own them fully. And you have multitudes of energies and multitudes of universes that you're drawing from. And you all are it. That's what you are, one with the universe, and you are also your own universe. You are actually creating each of us are creating our own universe. So there's nothing wrong, or you can't say this is how it is. We are all our own. We are all coming down here on our own creation. We are all our own creators. I have seen I don't want to illustrate actually with my own experience, because it's about your experience. The first thing is to trust every sign and every instinct or any feeling and every thought, and take it for, trust me, you are fully psychic, you are fully aware of everything. Trusting it is the heart of the matter here. Trust it.
Thank you.
Trust everything. My crazy things here. It's 24/7 with me. What I have had, this discussion we're having here is very valid in that way, because the way we are getting, we need to be.
I'm so sorry, Jasper. I'm just going to intercede there because I want to add something to what you're saying, but then please feel free to pick it up when I've stopped talking, because what's coming through is that, and I know that what you're saying is absolutely correct, but it is so, and for me personally, it's been like when you say about trusting your psychic abilities and your awareness and your mediumship and your consciousness and your feelings and your thoughts and your intuition, that is a big subject, because it's one of the hardest things to do, because we have been programmed and dumbed down and manipulated and controlled to look the other way, to not be psychic, not be a medium, and definitely don't be a bloody starseed, because that's way out there. Not to even meditate, not to use your intuition, not to feel emotion or feel, especially with the male species, not to feel emotion, not to express emotion, not to, the only thing that is real is the 3D, and anything outside of it is, if it's psychic or medium or woo-woo, or there's a whole program going on there, not to trust yourself, not to trust your psychic, not to trust your mediumship. So that can take a number of, just wanted to add how long that process can take. Like, you don't do that in a day. You don't even do it in a few weeks. That is a lifetime's work to trust yourself. A lifetime's work. So I'm so sorry for interrupting you. I just wanted to add that to what you were saying. So please.
Yeah. It's exactly the thing I'm speaking of. I've had the privilege to join up with people who understood my language. So if you can have somebody that you would talk about your synchronicities, if you have somebody that you're close to, if you're observing something and then speaking out, I'm seeing this thing, just everything of any signs you're getting, then you can be sure that the other one would be saying, well, I experienced the same thing, so we're having the same thing. This way, validating what you're actually seeing and what you're hearing, or whatever it is. I have had really weird things, like people have seen my energy in the sky in Canada because I set up some energy protection there and photographed it in real time. That's how real this is. Intention is super real. So you have to trust your own power. And if you set your intention on something and said, did you feel me doing this or that? Trust me, you'll have a response. And in that, if you do that every day, just a little, and then next day you'll get used to saying all of these things and speak out and in that, because we are just little children who are looking at this universe with big blue eyes or brown eyes and thinking, ooh, what is this? And when we speak of our experiences in that way, because it is magic, it is all super magic, then we can then we'll have this response, and we'll very soon find out that every little thing that we pick up is super true. If you are in circles like this, or I don't know what your practice is, but if you're a healer and you're doing in healing groups, I'm in one, and I'm in awe of this. If we're 6 people or some, and we'll do some healing and heal on specific people that are wanting this, and people we don't know, and this, and afterwards and some of them are in the group, and then I'll say, well, this thing on your arm was it just in a specific place, and I saw this and I saw this, and and then a lot of things is going on in this circle, and I have got 100% confirmed of what I'm picking up. And also the others were seeing things in this circle because it's a co-creation, and we are seeing the same elements, the same dragons, the same everything, and whatever. So having a conversation and having a safe space where you're really creating like a sacred container for doing what you are, what it is, and it'll really help. And if you don't have any measures, if you don't meditate or anything, I highly suggest that you start meditating. And if you don't know where to start, you can contact me, because I have it's totally free of system, and it goes for any of you. You won't find it better anywhere. But
thank you.
Connect to self and speak up, and you will have this response, and this ping pong of speech. You'll find out that you can trust yourself 100%. That is the key. Thank you.
Thank you. I actually also have a question for everyone, if that's okay, Soma.
Yeah,
because you were saying that
yeah,
you know, many of us might identify as Starseeds, or we're just kind of, you know, diving into it, or we've been already in it. But I want to ask everyone, are you aware of your own mission? Because I feel that I know already, and I'm already taking action in mine. But
for me,
does anyone else?
For me, I do, and it's to do very much to do with the Pleiadian channeling, and on a personal level, it's to do with trust, which is why I know internal trust, about trusting my psychic, trusting my mediumship, trusting my channeling, trusting myself. And that's why I know it takes a lifetime. But Jesper said something there, that meditation is the key, and it really is. Meditation is the key to all of it. To trusting, to channeling, to becoming aware of who you are, becoming aware of your past lives, of your healing ability, of your Pleiadian connections, of everything. It's just sitting still and meditating, because it shuts out the matrix, it shuts out the noise, it shuts out the pollution, it shuts out the chemtrails, it shuts out the nanobots, it shuts out everything. It's just you, where you can learn to trust and build that relationship with yourself, where you know yourself, you get to know yourself, you have a relationship with yourself, you get to love yourself, you get to like yourself, you get to nourish, you get to nourish yourself, you get to nurture yourself, you get to sit with yourself, and you get to ignore the matrix, you get to ignore the doctors, you get to ignore the police, you get to ignore the politicians, you get to ignore the health officials that say, well, this is good for you, or that is good for you, or you get to ignore big pharma, you get to ignore all of it. And there's so many different systems on earth that will tell you otherwise, that you're wrong, that you couldn't not possibly be a starseed for God's sake, because that does not exist. You can't possibly be psychic, you can't possibly know stuff, you can't possibly heal someone else, you can't possibly do any of the metaphysical you could not possibly even imagine being somewhere else at the same time, because that is nonsense. Because we want to control you, we want to control the earth, we want to own you. And that comes down to a very physical level where we want to sell you these drugs because they're making us rich. We want to sell you these shoes, or you know, it comes down to very real physical stuff in a very 3D reality.
Hello. I would like to just stress something Jasper and Carol have said about connecting to self. And how is that so important? Well, each of you is an immortal being, not your body, not your mind. You, the I am presence, you are an immortal being, and your beginning goes to infinity. And each of you is a God element. Each of you is expression of divinity. Each of you is fractal of source, creator, mother God. To understand what a new soul is one that has separated from source and might just have had some hundreds of lives here on this planet or another planet. There's your young soul. The starseed is another, like we all are, being that's immortal and of infinity, and it took on an incarnation from source at an earlier time, and it develops its own kind of soul song, and then it can be in another galaxy or planet, you know. So someone may, like myself, I began my incarnation in Andromeda, and then Arcturian, and then the Pleiades, and quite a few others, but there was that progression. So we all, that's our greatest gift. So we all have different histories as spirits, and some can be Lyran or Venusian or Syrian and so many others. But and these histories can be interesting and valuable and bring many gifts and can be celebrated and dramatic. But our true value comes from our connection to the God consciousness, our I am presence, which is expression of divine, and which is we are our own light and creators and expression of love. Okay, a bit of a ramble there, but so starseeds, we have existed in other places before we've gone, oh, I'd like the challenge of coming into Earth. And we're coming with our own gifts and consciousness and experience. But when we come here, we have to go through this veil of forgetfulness. And so then we have our own journey. And that journey might take us some lifetimes to step into and be able to integrate some of the gifts and knowledge that we have from our earlier star systems. But all of us here, whether we're starseeds or not, we all are souled beings that are individual and unique and God expression. And so that's why the connecting to self is so important. And it can take a bit of work, because of programming. And so to connect to oneself, it's so important to honor yourself. And to get there, sometimes we have to, forgive ourselves a lot, but to, love and honor ourselves. And then when we do that, we're able to connect to the innate godliness that we are. So we are the creators and the magicians and the alchemists, and we are singing this God song to make better and brighter this existence we're in. There you are.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Dennis. That was beautiful. Would you like to add anything to that?
Does anyone else that hasn't spoken yet want to share maybe experience or what maybe you think your mission is? Because I found out what mine is, and I'm pretty sure I found out what mine is, but I'm just curious if anyone else has yet too.
Do you want to share yours, Tatiana, or no? Because either way, it's fine.
Yeah, I can share mine as an example. So I feel like, so back in 2017, I started a nonprofit organization out of a response to a lot of my struggles and not failing college, but not getting accepted to a master's program, and just seeing a lot of issues and failures and mistakes I've made in the past. I wanted to help other people by providing a safe space to build upon like sense of belonging for people, so they can access resources for mental health and holistic healing, and then also to provide a space for people to have a voice, or maybe I can be the voice for someone who struggles to speak up for themselves. So my spirit guides definitely came to me, or my galactic family came to me like a lightning bolt in the top of my head in the middle of driving from work late at night and said, this is what you need to do. And ever since then, I grew the nonprofit, and it's very small, but it's doing very big things in the community, and we're getting really well known. So I feel like that's my mission in life, is to be this person to help in any way that I can, whether it's teaching a metaphysical workshop, maybe like about crystals, or guided meditations, or I actually help people with their mental health when it comes to skateboarding. So we use skateboarding as a tool to build upon self-esteem and social skills and things like that. So we're trying to find these creative ways to bring people together, and then for them to develop a strong mental health.
That is amazing.
And it's for all ages, less children. Thank you.
That is amazing. That's what we all need to be doing. And for you to get a message like that, I don't think there's anything more important than helping others and making connections and community and working together. And that's it right there. That's what we all need to be coming together and helping each other in the community. The community's been taken away from us. We're not living in the world's changed so much from my granny's era, where it was about community, and it was about local, and it was about helping each other, and we seem to be. One of the things that Pleiadians have said to me over the last couple of years since COVID kicked off, we need to get back to community. We need to get back to helping each other. We need to get back to growing our own food, making our own herbs, our own medicine, our own clean water, the essentials. And it doesn't matter what's happening over, really, to a certain level. over in Iraq or Ukraine. Because if we were all doing that, that would be happening in Ukraine. That would be happening in Iraq. That would be happening everywhere. So that's really something that's hugely important in these times, is to create community and to start small and to start local and to help Fred down the road, or Janet, or Auntie Nellie, or Michael, or it's such huge change and shift that we're going through at the moment. We need to start small. We need to start individually. We need to start with our neighbours. We need to start with the homeless guy down the road. We need to start with the alcoholic mother or the alcoholic uncle, or we need to start with our families, which, and I've got whole issues around my family, but we need to start with family and local and family. And I think it's just, it's so beautiful what you're doing. It's amazing and also that you trust that message enough to follow through with it. Because a lot of people don't trust themselves enough to follow through with those messages. Yeah, just keep doing it, Something that came to me when you were talking was, maybe try horses. Maybe try working with horses to help other people. I know that horses can be very therapeutic for people.
Yeah, definitely we'll try to access our local horses farm, or I think we have some around here. But yeah, I'm just gonna try as much as I can, and then even any time that I connect with a medium or a psychic and I get hits and information. I have gotten guides from Atlantis. I have gotten messages like, I have a lot of wisdom within me and I need to share it. I do get downloads a lot. They're like ringing in my ear, and I just try to close my eyes and I say thank you, and I don't know what it is, but I just try to trust it, and maybe later it'll make sense. So I just try the best as I can. And maybe those hits might be coming in for other people soon, if you don't know what the mission is now. Maybe it's like right in front of your face and you don't see it yet.
So what is everyone else's mission? Does anyone know?
I didn't hear that.
I was just asking if anyone else knows what their mission is.
Yeah, I'm on mine for sure. And fully and full time. So this is what I am. I'm really very much about building community also. I've been the last 2 summers, I've been connecting with people. Actually, we were 4 that didn't even know each other. We decided to make a summer camp with themes that were how to live, if not in this reality. And a whole week, and we were granted this beautiful place at the seaside. There was room for 56 people, and it was fully booked up. And we made a full program there was 3 events each day, and then it was just like a huge family gathering. And we would have a super biodynamic vegan food, and we would have a lot of conversations and a lot of so it was really building a family in a situation where people really didn't meet at all. So people were so grateful. They were even crying at the end of this because of the opportunity to go there. And then then we made another one this summer with a slightly different theme, more spiritual theme, and these things. And this is going to grow exponentially. And I'm also having this is a start of something. And my guides are saying, well, this is only the start. We have to announce this, even starting announcing this, marketing this. We did it for like no money. It was ridiculous the amount we made this, realized this project with, because we didn't even know if we could have the camp paid. It was quite an amount we had to pay for renting this place, but we did it, and we just said, well, it's going to happen, and we have the full support of the universe and everything that should. We had absolutely nothing going wrong. Everything was just, and if something went wrong, it was just in order to have it replaced by a better thing. So it was. So it's really, it's about building community, gathering people, and communicating and sharing and encouraging, and I have many spiritual gifts I share, and of course being a healer and all of that. But it's like it's all an integrated package, working with that, and it's defining the way that I'm forming these kind of things that I'm building and joining up with others to build, and in that way. So I think we already, by doing that, making such a, when you do that, people that I never met make such an effort to make something that has never been done before like that. We make like a blueprint that is adaptable for other people, and they see the inspiration in it, and next time they'll do it. And so so it's all about creating the life that we want to see, and actually ignoring everything that is not in our interest, like you were saying about the politician and the matrix, and simply not even listening to the stories and the worries and all about it. Just forget it and create your own very own life together with, because it's totally possible, and that of course it's the only way we have to build. So that is the way to go, and stop listening to the fear mongers, even if they may be correct in everything they say, but just start turning off your TV, turning off anything that doesn't encourage you or make you, just shut it off and play your own music. That's Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jasper. Would anyone like to add anything else?
Carl, it's 11:30, and my wife has just asked me if I'm coming to bed.
Oh, bless her. How is she, Michael? Is she doing better now?
She's doing well, yes.
Good. I'm so pleased for her, because I know she was in a lot of pain, and that's horrible.
She was, yes.
What a relief for her, just to be body without pain.
Yes, she was, getting on for 2 years before I made a fuss and got the operation done. Anyway, I think I better leave now, if you'll excuse me, and I'll be with you if you send me the link or put it on your whatever it is, messenger. I'll join you again. But thanks so much for everything this evening. So bye.
Thanks, Michael.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming.
Good night,
Thanks.
Michael.
Bye.
Bye, Michael.
Anwar, we didn't hear much from you. What's your story? I had to unmute yourself.
There we go. Sorry, I'm really tired. Yeah, well, I suppose my story is really all of the things that you were saying earlier about not really fitting in, and I've kind of felt like that all my life, really. And then I think about 10 years ago, I had a health crisis myself, a real dark night of the soul, and from there I trained in naturopathic nutrition, and I did start to kind of get on my purpose, but that was just before lockdown happened, and it didn't really kind of go according to plan. And then my life kind of took a turn again, really, and I kind of ended a relationship, quite a toxic relationship that I was in. And so I've kind of now, although I know what my purpose is, I kind of got taken away from that. But in doing so, I really have done my inner work for the last couple of years. So I've really been focusing on my journey and what, who I am, why I'm here, and yeah, just finding myself, working through kind of old patterns and all of that sort of thing, really. So yeah, in some ways I'm sort of, I don't know, I feel like I'm not really that far into my journey, but I am. It's a bit weird, yeah. So I feel like I need to get back into the whole health and healing side of things again, having sort of really spent the last 2 years and healing myself more on a spiritual level, but also healing myself previously on a physical level. Yeah,
well done. Well done.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So I think I stand in my own way a lot. So yeah, it's I'm now trying to find that. I found my voice a couple of years ago, with everything that's been going on in the world, and now I need to kind of channel it into more positive things and to help people rather than trying to kind of wake people up, which is where I kind of focused a bit more of my attention on, perhaps wrongly, in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think we've all done that. I know I have.
Carol, sorry to cut in. I'm going to have to go because I'm an hour ahead. Well, so is Jasper.
Yeah.
I really need to as well. I'm so sorry, but I need to get up so early tomorrow.
Okay, I think that would be a good sign to maybe end it for this evening anyway. Dennis,
Yeah,
is there
thanks for having.
No, thanks to all. Thanks to all.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
And hopefully I'll see you all on the 7th of December. I'll send everyone the link.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks. It's lovely to meet you all.
I know.
Same to you.
Nice.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all next time and making more connections.
Lots of love. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.